All right, one of the most popular videos I have ever done here at Breaking 80 is our best golf rangefinders video, which I shot in March of 2022. Well, guess what? It's November of 2022 and everything has changed. My recommendations have changed, the prices have changed, so it felt right to just do another video, especially as we are heading into Black Friday, we're heading into the holiday season, and I don't necessarily see these recommendations changing a ton before the spring of 2023. There are some fantastic rangefinders on the market and some fantastic prices for many of these rangefinders. So picking the right one for you has honestly never been harder, but the good news is you're probably not going to make a bad decision. Every rangefinder we are going to talk about here is worth buying in one way or another, depending on what your needs are, and I'm really excited to get into it. So let's go, let's jump in, let's talk about the best rangefinders of 2023. Okay, a couple things I want you to keep in mind as you're watching this, as you're thinking about which rangefinder is right for you. Golf rangefinders, they're like cars. You can get a Honda or you can get a Ferrari. They're still going to essentially do the exact same thing. They're going to get you from point A to point B. No matter which rangefinder you choose that we talk about today, it's going to give you pretty accurate results and it's going to get you where you need to go. Some are going to do it faster, some are going to do it with more style, some are going to do it with more features, some are going to be more fun to use, and some are going to be much more expensive than others. So really think about what you're looking for. Are you looking for something that's high tech and has a lot of cool features? Are you looking for just something bare bones that's going to get the job done and get you the distance to the pin? Are you looking for something in between? So we've got something for everybody at just about every price point here today. So keep all of that in mind because honestly, there's really not a bad choice. Second, this is going to be a pretty cursory overview of all these things. I don't want this to be like a 30-minute video. So if you want more information about any of these rangefinders, I think I have reviews on every single one that I will link to below, either on YouTube or at breaking80.com. Also, with a lot of these brands, we've got some coupon codes so you get discounts for being a Breaking 80 reader or viewer. So when that is the case, I will try and mention it here as well as link to it below also. All of the prices in this video are as of early November 2022, and you know what? They are changing quickly. Heading into Black Friday, heading into the holidays, I'm seeing prices changing on almost a daily basis on most of these rangefinders. So I'm gonna try and give you some insight of what price you should look for, as well as the ones that are most likely to go on sale or go on discount. But before you buy, please do your own research. Please go check the prices because chances are by the time you're watching this, what I tell you about some of these is not going to be accurate. So I just wanted to kind of give you the ballpark so you know what to expect when you do go out to purchase. All right, let's stop wasting time. Let's get into the best rangefinders of 2023. And the first one is the best rangefinder under $200. Now I've got two recommendations and one is kind of a caveat recommendation. So the first one, my favorite rangefinder under $200 is actually this. The Tech Clear, K-L-Y-R. It is also the most compact rangefinder on our list. So previous iterations of Tech rangefinders, I've not been a fan of, but the Clear I have been very surprised by. It is excellent. It has got a huge field of view. The thing that's the most surprising is it's the smallest, but when you look in here, it has got a giant piece of glass that really lets you soak in the whole scene, and the optics for a rangefinder under $200 are very good. It's got the built-in magnet, it's got slope features that you can just slide on and off using the logo. Retails for $199. Currently, they've got a coupon on Amazon. It brings it down to $189. So you can expect to pay right around $200 for this. It might get a little bit lower, but $189 is the lowest I've seen. So the second one is a little bit of a caveat. I recently did a video called Which Precision Pro Rangefinder Should You Buy? And I said the NX7, which is their oldest one, may not be worth it. It's a very old rangefinder by these standards, and it's just starting to show its age a little bit. But it was still selling for like $200 on the Precision Pro website and on Amazon. On Amazon, as of today, as of the time I'm shooting this video, there's a coupon that brings it down to like $135. Now, for $135, that's a pretty killer deal. That's like the lowest of the rangefinders I would recommend, and I think the NX7 has a lot that has been improved upon with subsequent Precision Pro rangefinders like the NX9 and especially the NX10. But if you're really on a budget, if you're trying to find something under $150 and you can find the NX7 under $150, that is worth picking up. At $200, I think there's better options, but if you can find it under $150, under $140, that's a pretty killer deal, and that is one I would consider purchasing. Next up, best rangefinder under $250. Now keep in mind, prices are fluctuating a lot, so some of the other ones I mentioned might drop down below, and the retail price on my best rangefinder under $250 is actually over $250. I think the retail price on this, the Blue Tees Series 3 Max, is $259, but they are frequently running sales, and if you use our Breaking 80 coupon code, which I'll link to below, it brings the price down to like $234. For $234, this is a fantastic full-featured rangefinder. It's got the built-in magnet, it's got great slope, it's got great ergonomics. The optics are far improved over their previous Series 1 and Series 2 models. I know they have updated their Series 2 model. It's like the Series 2 Plus. I haven't used it yet. The original Series 2 I wasn't a big fan of, so you can find the Series 2 Plus for a little bit cheaper. So take that for what it's worth. I would enter into the Series 2 with caution, but the Series 3 with our coupon code for like $234 is fantastic. It's one of the least expensive, kind of what I would consider full-featured rangefinders that you can buy. And also, they're bundling it with their portable speaker as well. And the Blue Tees portable speaker is my favorite pick for best golf portable speaker. I like it better than the Precision Pro Ace. I like it better than the Bushnell Wingman. It doesn't have the special fancy GPS features that those have, but it's the loudest, it's the most reliable, and it has the longest Bluetooth distance. So if you're also in the market for a speaker, you can bundle this with that for a pretty killer deal, and you can use our discount on that as well. So just figured I'd mention that because that can be something that might steer you towards this if you were in the market for both a rangefinder and a speaker. Okay, most accurate rangefinder. And this is probably my biggest surprise of 22, and that is the Cobalt Q6 Slope. So Cobalt is, not a super well-known brand. They're a new direct-to-consumer brand that really only sells one model. It's the Q6 Slope, or they have the regular Q6 without slope. But the build quality on this thing is phenomenal. It's one of the only IPX7 rated rangefinders we're going to talk about today, which means it's fully waterproof. You can drop it in 3 feet of water and it is not going to break. It's got a cool design. They did kind of a cool thing with the case. It really just kind of sets itself apart from a lot of the other rangefinders on the market. So why do I say it's the most accurate? I say it's the most accurate because it's the most confidence-inducing. So most of the rangefinders we're going to talk about today have a vibration feature, which is going to let you know if it is locked onto the flag, as opposed to if it's catching a tree behind the flag or something. And the Cobalt Q6 has the most reliable vibration function of any rangefinder we have used. I know with 100% certainty that if it hits it and it vibrates, I know that distance is accurate. It does not vibrate if you hit the tree. It does not vibrate if you hit a bunker, but if it hits that pin, it vibrates. And that was my big knock on my previous best overall recommendation, the Bushnell Pro XE, which was $150 more than this, but it didn't reliably vibrate. So I would lock onto the flag and I would rarely get that jolt notification. There's other ones, including one I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes, that vibrates every single time you hit it. So you're not actually confident that you're locked onto the flag. So because of that, this one I think is the most accurate, it's the most confidence inducing, and some of the other ones are close, so they're on par, and I'll illustrate what those are. But for $450, this thing's built like a tank. It's a little bit different than any other models out there, so you're probably, if you want something that's kind of cool, something different, I highly recommend the Cobalt. But yeah, this has been probably the one I've been using the most in 2022. I've been super surprised by it, super happy with it, and I highly recommend it. Next up, let's talk about best optics. Over the course of the last 2 years, the optics of all of these rangefinder brands have really stepped up, especially on the lower end. Companies like Tech, Blue Tees, Precision Pro, their latest models are much better than their older models. But the best of the best is still the Nikon CoolShot Pro 2 Stabilize. So it wouldn't surprise me if in 2023 Nikon comes out with an update to this. This one's a couple years old now, but it's Nikon. Like, they are a lens and optics company. So everything about the optics and the glass in here is fantastic, and it has got the clearest optics of any rangefinder I use. Not only that, it's got the stabilization. So it takes the stabilization straight from its lenses and brings it into a rangefinder. So if you've got kind of shaky hands, if you have trouble sometimes locking onto the flag, this will help compensate for that and makes it one of the best rangefinders out there. What's also interesting is that this retails normally for $450. As of today, it is currently $330 $345 on Amazon. And it says it's a limited time deal. By the time this video goes live, the price may go back up. But if you see this at $335, that makes it one of the best rangefinders you can get for that price point. It doesn't have the built-in magnet like a lot of these do, so if you like being able to put it up on a cart, that's one thing that this is missing. But overall, accuracy, optics, and the stabilization in particular sets it apart from some of the other models in that price range. Okay, next up, we're gonna talk about best smart rangefinder and most high-tech rangefinder. So the two names you are going to see most often for kind of both those categories are the Precision Pro R1 and the Garmin Z82. Now, despite both being smart rangefinders, they are very different from one another. So let's start with what I think is the best smart rangefinder, and that's the Precision Pro R1. So this is going to pair with the Precision Pro Golf app, and it's going to directly send GPS distances to the front and the back and middle of the green to the rangefinder itself. So you can use it as a traditional rangefinder, and while you're looking through the rangefinder, you can also get those GPS distances, which is super cool. And if you don't want to pair it with the app or you don't care about the GPS distances, you can use it just as a regular laser rangefinder at any time. So this kind of gives you the best of both worlds. This is one of the newer Precision Pro models, so the optics are vastly improved over the NX7 and even the NX9. The only thing I don't like about this is you have to charge it via USB-C. So it doesn't have a battery, so you're gonna have to charge it every few rounds. So if that's something that's going to bother you or you think you're going to forget to do it, I would probably skip it. But it gets my pick for best smart GPS rangefinder because it has the ability to be a standard rangefinder and it's got those GPS features built in and they're very easy to use. But if you want the most high-tech rangefinder on the market, look no further than the Garmin Z82. So this is a little bit different than every other rangefinder we talk about. Instead of having like an optical glass you look through, there's actually kind of like a little camera in here, and when you're looking through it, you're looking at a screen rather than through kind of a traditional piece of glass. But the benefit to that is you can get all sorts of data directly beamed into the screen via the app that you pair with when you use this. So you can see overviews of the hole you're playing. You can see distances to hazards. You can see distances to the front and back of the green. You can also range distances as well. So if you want to see the distance of the pin, you can still see this. You can also keep score in this. So this is a super high-tech rangefinder. It's super cool. If you want the coolest, best piece of tech, this is the one you should go with. You should also go with this if you have been getting into the Garmin ecosystem. So if you're using the CT10 sensors that I reviewed recently, if you're using the R10 launch monitor, if you're using a Garmin watch, this is going to fit right into that ecosystem. So you can use one app, have all of your golf data in there, and it works really well. The downside is it's $599, making it one of the most expensive rangefinders we've talked about. And it comes with the same issue that the R1 has, where you're gonna have to plug it in via USB-C every couple rounds. Now, I've seen this lately for hovering closer to $500, a little bit more on Amazon. So I'm not sure where it's going to end up. This has also been on the market for a little while, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see an update and maybe a drop in price on this moving into 2023. But it takes a little bit of getting used to, adjusting to the screen, and it's not quite as clear as the optics. They're using actual kind of, traditional glass. But there's no denying it's super cool. It's a lot of fun to use once you get used to it. And it's our most high-tech rangefinder on the list. All right, we're getting down to the wire here. And now we've got the best rangefinder for most people. And that is the Precision Pro NX10. This, in my opinion, is the best rangefinder Precision Pro has made to date. It is super fast, it's super accurate, it's got a little bit more weight to it than previous models, which makes the build quality feel a little bit better. And it's got this cool personalization feature where you can pop off this sleeve and you can get this customized at precisionprogolf.com. So you can put logos on there, you can get different colors. The faceplate here also pops off, so you can get different colors on that. And it just works really, really well. The retail price on this is like $279, but as of today, I've seen it on sale for as low as like $235. So Precision Pro in particular, more so than some of the other models, they're really playing with pricing right now. And through the end of the year and getting into next spring, I can see them continuing to play with prices a little bit. So I think you're gonna find a lot of variability on both this and the R1. The R1 retails for $320. Right now, I've seen it as low as like $260. This retails for $280. I've seen it down to $235. And if you buy it on the Precision Pro website, you can also use our Breaking 80 coupon code on any of their products to save 20 bucks. So I'll link to that code below, but make sure to check Precision Pro as well as Amazon to make sure you're getting the best price on the device. But this, it's got everything you want. It's got slope adjustments. It's got the built-in magnet. It's got great build quality. It feels good. It's fast. It's fun to use, and it's affordable at around $250, give or take 20 bucks. So I think that this is probably the best fit for most people. If you see the Bushnell V5, if you see that creeping down towards $250, it's very comparable. You get the Bushnell name, which is always good. The customer support, in my experience, is much better with Precision Pro. That's one of their hallmarks. So if you reach out to them, there's a better chance you're gonna get a quick response and they're gonna help you get things taken care of. Bushnell can be a little bit more difficult since it's a bigger company, but you're also getting that kind of name brand. So best rangefinder for most people where you're taking in features, price, all of the above into consideration, I think is the Precision Pro NX10. And finally, we have the best overall rangefinder. Price is not a consideration. You just want the best of the best. What is it? In my opinion, it is the brand new Bushnell Pro X3. So the Pro XE came out almost 4 years ago. So this was our previous recommendation, and this is what for at least 3 years I played 90% of my rounds with. It is an excellent rangefinder. The Pro X3 recently came out, and it's improved on the XE in most ways. Similar weight, similar build quality. It's got a new locking slope switch, which is cool. It's now got a button in the logo where you can switch back and forth between a black and an illuminated display. As you would expect, everything is top-notch. It's super fast. It's super accurate. It's got incredible optics. So you can expect the accuracy and the jolt to be on par with the Cobalt Q6. You can expect the optics to be on par with the Nikon. It's kind of the best of all worlds. There's also one feature that the Bushnell Pro X3 has that no one else has in their rangefinders, and that is slope with elements. It'll take temperature, barometric pressure, altitude into account when it is giving you its slope reading. So you can be sure that no matter what course you're playing on, no matter where you're playing, you're getting the most accurate slope reading possible. Is it 100% necessary? No. Is it a little bit gimmicky? No. But is it cool and does it work well? Absolutely. So despite how good all of these other ones are, Bushnell, I mean, there's a reason they are the biggest name in golf rangefinders. There's a reason they've been doing this so long. It's because the devices they put out are consistently excellent. So it comes to reason that with the X3 being their latest, their greatest, it is going to be one of the best rangefinders on the market. And indeed, it is the best one I have tested out of all of these. That being said, the Pro XE was a huge step up over the old X2. The X3, it's a moderate step up. If you can find the Pro XE for $100 less, they feel the same, they look the same, they're gonna do a pretty similar job. This, the X3, it retails for $600. That makes it the most expensive rangefinder on our list. It also just came out in late 2022, so you're probably not going to see a huge discount on it. Do you need to spend $600 on a rangefinder? No. Can you spend half that or less than half that and get a device that is great, going to perform and going to be accurate and be fun to use? Absolutely. But if you want the Bushnell name, if you want the best of the best, and you're looking to invest in a rangefinder that's going to last for many years to come, then this is probably the best recommendation. Okay, that was a lot, but those are my best picks for the best rangefinders on the market in holiday 22 and moving into the spring of 2023. Every single one of these is worth buying depending on your budget and what specific needs you have. They're all fantastic in their own right, so there really isn't a bad choice based on all the ones I just laid out. Remember, if you buy one of these products through one of the links below or use our coupon code, it helps me out tremendously because I get a commission. It takes a ton of time to review all of these and to play enough rounds with them to make sure that I know the pros and cons and I'm able to give an accurate depiction and an accurate experience. So if you found that valuable, at the very least, maybe hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. But if you are going to purchase a rangefinder, then maybe click one of the links below because that helps me, that helps my business, and it helps me keep making videos for you. My name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Breaking 80. I hope you have an excellent day, and go check out this video right here if you are trying to figure out what to watch next, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.